Do you want to learn how to use camera movements to tell your story and express emotions? Camera movements are not just for looks, they're for communication. In this video, I will show you the best camera movements and how they can improve your film. So watch this video till the end and like and subscribe if you like it. Let's go. Hey Rebel Filmmakers, welcome to the channel. This is Reynaldo Cantu, and I'm really happy you're here because...
Reynaldo, I'm so excited about this topic too. Let's get started.
Okay, Lucy. Well, let's begin. Let's talk about how can you express emotions and feelings with the camera movement. First up, the tilt. That's when you have the camera on a tripod and you move it up or down. You can use this movement to reveal something that wasn't on the shot before, like an object or a person.
That's pretty easy. Even you can do it.
Yeah, wait, what?
Nothing. What's the next one?
Next, we have the panning. That's when you move the camera from side to side, rotating it on its own axis. This movement is good for showing the audience the whole scene that you can't fit in one frame. You can use panning to show a location, to follow a character, or to reveal something that was off-screen and create some tension or surprise when it pops up.
And if you do a very fast panning, it's called whip cam. It adds some energy and excitement to the action on the screen.
Yeah, for example, you can use it to show that something is moving very fast or to switch from one character to another or from one place to another. It gives a sense of urgency or speed at that moment. Well done, Lucy.
Sure, anytime you don't know something, just tell me. I can help you. Of course.
Okay. Let's continue. Another camera movement that you can use is the zoom. And I did know that, by the way. Okay, the zoom. That's when you focus on a specific part of the frame, either going from a wide shot to a close-up, which is zooming in, or the other way around, from a close-up to a wide shot, which is zooming out. You do this in one shot and without moving the camera, just by changing the lens.
Reynaldo, based on my database, I have noticed that the camera technique of zooming is more commonly used in TV shows than in movies. However, sometimes, movies also use this technique to add excitement or highlight important details in a scene. For example, you can do a slow zoom in that gets closer to the character while they're saying something, to make their words more intense or dramatic.
That's right, Lucy, but it's important only to use zoom for some key moments of your film and don't overdo it. Don't bore or distract your audience with too many unnecessary movements or zooms in or out.
Okay, I'll remember that for my next short film.
Another camera movement is the crane up or crane down. This is also known as a jib. This movement is when you move the camera by lifting it up or down from a crane. The difference between the crane and tilt is that in this movement, the camera is fixed on the crane and changes its height from the ground. And in the tilt, the camera is always on the ground and we only move the tripod head.
This camera movement is good for showing off elements of the location in the establishing shots, right?
Yes, Lucy, very good.
Of course, I'm awesome.
Another way to move the camera is the dolly. That's when you have the camera on a platform that can move on rails or wheels. This makes the camera move very smoothly, and it's useful when you have very heavy equipment. When you move the camera forward, it's called push-in. And when you move it backward, it's called push-out. The dolly is good for shots when you want to get closer or farther from a character that is still or moving in the scene, but you want to follow them with the camera and move fluidly without distracting the audience.
So, for example, a push-in or dolly-in can be used to explore the feelings of a character and give more weight and emphasis to what they say.
Yeah, it's like you're talking to the character in person, and you lean in a bit more to listen to what they're saying because it's something more personal or intimate.
So, the dolly movement helps you to add more drama at that moment.
That's right, Lucy. It can also help you focus your attention on a prop, an element that is in the scene, and that you want to make more important. This technique was used a lot by Hitchcock in his movies to tell the story visually. Also, for example, In the push out where you move the camera away, you can convey the feeling of loneliness to a character. It's like you're physically moving away from them and leaving them alone in their reality. This also adds more drama at that moment.
Ronaldo, before we move on, let me take a moment to remind the audience that if you're finding this information useful and enjoyable, please consider giving this video a like.
Yeah, please subscribe and like this video. And okay, let's continue. The dolly can also be moved from side to side, but this movement is better known as traveling. Another variation of the dolly is the tracking shot, which is when you move the camera while you're following a character and you keep the camera by their side while they walk or move, whether you're in front of them or behind them. This tracking shot is great for showing a character moving from one place to another, adding some energy while you show them moving.
Indeed, I have observed this technique being used in movies. For instance, it can be employed to move between different locations or to move around within the same location. This type of shot is known as a tracking shot, which can be achieved by mounting the camera on a dolly or by using a Steadicam or a gimbal to achieve a floating effect.
There is a variation of the tracking shot called a long shot or a long take or the oneer, which is used for many directors such as Steven Spielberg. And this is a long shot when you follow a character or characters for a long time in the same scene without cutting. I personally really love this kind of shots. They look really cool, but just remember that you need a lot of rehearsal to make it good, but I think it's worth it. The next camera movement is not really a movement of the camera itself, but of the lens. We're talking about the rack focus. The rack focus is not exactly a camera movement, it's more like a technique where you change the focus of the camera from one point to another in the same shot. For example, you start by focusing on something that is in the foreground and then you switch the focus to something that is far away or in the background. You can also do it the other way around.
Rack focus can be used in movies to change the audience's focus from one character to another.
And also you can use it to reveal something, for example, the presence of a character that the other character doesn't know is there, and this creates more drama.
This can make the scene more exciting and interesting to watch.
You need to watch this another video because you're gonna love it and you need to know about this, okay? Watch that video, but first, I wanna thank everybody who has been subscribed to this channel. Thank you for the support. I hope you like this content. And this is Ronaldo Cantu, and I'll see you in the next Rebel Filmmakers video.
Subscribe and click the video. Bye!